Fire, fire, fire.
What is this about? What is Miss Kirsche doing? What's happening, White Foxu?
Hey, what's up, guys? Orf here. So I don't think there's anything more satisfying when it comes to the coverage of content creators than seeing an individual who engages in cancel culture and life ruination campaigns,
And then
having
getting their
a
ass
sense
blasted.
of karmatic justice
I
inflict.
truly do believe in karma in some ways. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. It might take 10 years. But I do think karma bites you in the ass somehow.
Upon them.
I do,
Where you have an individual
I do.
who's trying to ruin the lives of others finally get that sort of energy directed back to them by the same people they were trying to impress just months ago. So that's what's going on in today's video. It is a bit of an update on the journalist slash VTuber
Fucking Anna Valens, dude. Fucking Anna Valens, bro.
Anna Valens,
Anna
who many of you
Valens,
might
Anna
recognize
Valens,
for some unfortunate reasons. Last year we covered Anna Valens multiple times. 3 hit pieces on the VTuber Kirsche, not only trying
And then tried to play it off like it's not. Like, we all know what the fuck you're doing here, you fucking retard.
to label her as a
No,
bigot
it's
and
not
a
a hit
Nazi,
piece, I'm
but
just
labeling her
calling
fans
journalism.
as the same. Also, during this whole campaign, they were trying to engage in life ruination, trying to get Kirsche's sponsors to be pulled. That, of course, failed, and ultimately the 3 articles on Vice were pulled, and all the people engaging in this ridiculous campaign look quite embarrassing to this day and really showed their true colors. But now, a lot of the people that were impressed by these articles, including the insane people over at Blue Sky, are now turning on Anna Valens.
Telling you, it's like a fucking Ouroboros. When you sit in an echo chamber, you have to be perfect, and nobody's perfect. Nobody is. I don't think anybody in this chat might disagree with me on certain things, and I think that's okay. You might have a different opinion from me, and that's fine. I'm not gonna fucking extradite you out of my fucking community for disagreeing with me or having a differing opinion, but these people will, and that's what's so funny. They constantly just want to be... It's a constant litmus test.
Basically eating their own.
Yeah.
Now, ironically enough, calling Anna Valens a Nazi, and even going as far as to say
The
that
trans Nazi,
Anna
that's
Valens
crazy.
is a Kirsche fan.
No, stop it, stop.
Yes, the irony is palpable, ladies and gentlemen. Now,
Oh
of course,
my
this whole thing
God.
started with a life ruination campaign targeting a sponsor. But speaking
Oh,
of sponsors,
Lord.
ladies and gentlemen, we have just over 24 hours left on the official Rev plushie campaign. This UA Market campaign is coming to a close very soon.
Very
Here's your
nice.
complimentary 360 view of my plushie. As you can see, we're near 400% funding as we close things out here. All support on this campaign has been greatly appreciated. And if you want to help out the channel and this campaign and future campaigns as well, please check out the link to this page in the pinned comment. Do not miss out on your opportunity to get this. This is a limited time campaign and will not be returning. So please go ahead and show your support. If you are interested, it is greatly appreciated. So let's get back to the content for today. So I'm sure most of you have heard of the VTuber Kirsche at some point.
Yes, of
She
course,
was the
milady.
fixation of the journalist slash VTuber Anna Valens for quite some time. And it all started with articles like this back in 2025. This was one of 3 articles posted to
can't believe it's
Vice
been a year,
about
chat.
Kirsche by Anna Valens. And as you can see, quite the inflammatory description of Kirsche, where the entire goal was to label her and her fans as Nazis and to get Kirsche's sponsors
backfired
pulled.
so
Also,
hard.
I'll never understand why of all the artwork pulled for Kirsche, you get the one that goes as hard as this one. But
Yeah.
anyways, eventually, to make a long story short,
I like the little pierced ear. I know it's violent looking, but it's so cool.
as this one. But
A little
anyways,
hole in the
eventually,
ear.
to make a long story
It's
short,
cool.
the 3 articles were removed by Vice after
She did it on
threats of
purpose.
legal action by Kirsha, of course. And, well, this would cause a spiral on social media where a lot of the Looney Tunes over at Blue Sky and on Twitter as well
Oh boy.
were trying to stand up for Anna Valens. In fact, you had hashtags like this, hashtag I stand with Anna Valens. And of course, the totally sane people you can see supporting that, but ultimately, as pointed out here, if you want to pick a side, well,
Okay.
are you really picking a side with someone like Anna Valens, who wrote this infamous article back in 2020 that they seem to never want to address, or any of the supporters want to address, where they hooked up an adult toy to themselves and then played Fall Guys, where essentially
You can't play a game normally. You gotta make yourself worked up while doing it. Like, Chad, this isn't even on the level of, like, those League of Legends memes about, like, these people that are so degenerate they have to play with their E-daddy and hook up their love ends, and every time they die, their E-kitten gets zapped in the hoo-ha. It's not even that. It's literally like a children's game, bro.
if they ever made
Like,
contact with
why?
another player, it would activate their toy,
That's
giving them
fucking
gratification.
Weird. That's weird.
And in case you're
Gross.
confused here, they are playing a game predominantly played by children, and basically,
I wouldn't say League is by children,
without
though.
consent, forcing those around them in the game to engage in this activity, which of course includes children. And this is the person now who is the moral arbiter of what's allowed in the
Play is an erotic experience, and I'm having a blast. You're having a blast because you're having electric shocks sent to your fucking butthole, bro. Like, stop.
VTubing scene and is trying
Stop
to get people's
it.
sponsors
No.
pulled. Now, things would turn even worse for Anna Valens because even the wackadoos on places like Reddit and Blue Sky would start to turn on them eventually because of many different reasons, but because of one, they made an article, basically a puff piece about Pippa, which is very odd. And in the article, basically,
Yeah, I
Anna
remember
Valens
that.
professes that they're a big fan of Pippa, and they label Pippa as edgy in a sort
I
of
don't think that they're a fan of Pippa. They're not. I feel like it's not real. And I'm not about to be parasocial here, but, like, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Pippa, but I respect talent when I see it, and I happen to think Pippa is very talented. She has a very edgy sense of humor. They're such tourists, man.
shock jock. And I
such
guess that
tourists.
upset all the people on Blue Sky, who now considered Anna Valens a traitor.
It feels like glaze to try and appease the audience to think like, oh, I'm one of you guys. Don't worry. I can take a joke.
And then, also, speaking of life ruination, Anna Valens would try to get multiple sponsorships. And as you can see, to the chagrin of people on Reddit, they were swiftly removed after people alerted
Oh my
waifu wares
God, huh?
of their long history of behavior. But the big focus for today is Blue Sky, the insane
Cry,
asylum of the internet. I mean, there's a lot of dark, disturbing areas on the internet. Almost every social media platform has a bunch of wackadoos on it right out in the open, but Blue Sky is like a concentrated dose of the craziest people. And as pointed out here, Anna Valens is not having a good time in his socialist hug box. And you can see some of these screenshots here. This person saying, Anna Valens coming back to Blue Sky to harass and demean indie VTubers, just block and move on at this point. And ironically
Okay, what is it? What did Anna Valens say?
enough, the post was about VTweeters, saying VTweeters are super common in indie VTubing. A ton of VTubers have a persona, artwork, post, and not much else.
I think that's an oxymoron because indie VTubing implies that you stream because you put content out. You having like a persona of VTubing doesn't mean that you're a VTuber. Sorry. I think being VTuber means you have to put out content in some way, shape, or form.
Cannot stress enough how common, in quotes, I laid out my Twitch, but I haven't started streaming yet, end quote, is it's so common that we have a derogatory term for it, V-tweeter.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, Anna is not even wrong here, okay?
I disagree with this first point, but whatever.
Not a wrong description of...
Again, I have such a soft view on this. I'm like, okay, I'll give him a bone. Like, you know what I'm saying?
V-tweeters,
but
and I use it as an insult, okay? There's a big V-tweeting problem when it comes to the Western side of the V-tubing scene.
I agree.
V-tweeters tend to be the most insufferable individuals. The same type of people who routinely engage in cancellation campaigns, life ruination campaigns.
And they think it's like they're part of the community and they have to like do their part. You're not part of the community, motherfucker. Again, we've said this so many times. VTuber community does not exist. It's a VTuber ecosystem. Like, you guys might go to different VTubers, but that doesn't mean that we are collective. We're not all collectively one singular thing. There's so many different pathways for different people, and that's fine.
Just like the ones that Anna Valens
started
someone,
against people like
Kirsha.
Else.
So it is a bit ironic to see them
different.
talking about this sort of stuff, because V-tweeters ideologically align pretty well with people like Anna Valens. But you can see more posts here. Anna is posting screenshots of my account on the Nazi bar. Yes, that is their name for Twitter. But continuing on, this user says, literally putting targets on other trans people's backs for a sarcastic post saying Kirsha was your comfort streamer.
Huh?
Nice move, Anna. And people down here saying, I'm sorry you're getting...
You're not allowed to be sarcastic. You're not allowed to be sarcastic?
Any flack for this. It's absolutely vile behavior. This whole situation sounds crazy. I'm going to distance myself from Anna. Anna is a see you next Tuesday and a coward. Now look at the individuals doing this. Like, doesn't it all make sense? This is the exact rhetoric that Anna Valens and their ilk have been spreading since the whole ruination.
The Nazi drink powder. The Nazi drink powder. Bro. These people need to be locked up in an asylum.
Campaign began against Kirsha.
Silverveil's
recently,
a Nazi.
this user saying, "Hey, chat.
Chat, if Silverveil's a Nazi, I must be Himmler or something. That's crazy. Silverveil is like the most innocent, like cute, comfy streamer ever with a little bit of lewdness. You know what I'm talking about? Like, she's real nice, right? I must be literally Himmler. Like, what?
You can commission me for the same price instead of buying the Nazi drink powder,"
She's
referring
a
to
TERF,
Gamer
yeah.
Sups, which was the targets of the cancellation
TERF
campaign against
Wolf is
Kirsha. They're
crazy.
trying to get her Gamer Sups sponsorship pulled, and you can see this person not only labeling it as the Nazi drink powder, which is right exactly in the sort of rhetoric that Anna Valens was spreading last year.
Yep.
But also this person is...
This is the fucking people you cultivated, and they're eating you alive because you didn't shift your goalposts for the millionth time, Anna. You did this to yourself, bro.
Opportunistic in using it as an opportunity to try to get their commissions filled up. No, good luck with that. But anyways, going back to the thread here, there's another post saying, "I'm so sorry to that previous individual. She's a turncoat and a Nazi. Please do everything you need to protect yourself above all else. Deactivate."
Final Fantasy character. Communist sickle and hammer. White flag and intergender, I guess, little symbol. I'm not actually sure what that is. I'm pretty ignorant of that. Turncoat? Yeah.
If necessary. Unacceptable. I'm sorry, the worst people have the thinnest skin. Wow, someone from Blue Sky talking about having...
That is the pot calling the kettle black, bro.
A thin skin. If someone on Blue Sky says you have a thin skin, that is a burn, ladies and gentlemen. But, of course, here's some of the replies to the thread sharing these screenshots saying, "Heartwarming. The people you despise are fighting amongst each other.
Ha.
Love to see it." Funny, because what Anna said there is fairly accurate, which is true about V-tweeters. It was an accurate description, but unfortunately,
it's too harsh for them. This is why I think, like, these people don't, like, they don't go outside. They don't encounter real people in the real world. There are people that say so much worse shit in real life. They just can't handle it. Their head would explode. They don't go outside. They don't have a real job.
when you pedal to the insane asylum that is known as Blue Sky and actually value their approval, they're going to turn on you very quick by having an objectively right observation about the phenomenon known as V-tweeters. But anyways, here's another one saying, LOL, so one of his trans peers made a joke about him and proceeded to add them on a list. Here's another one of Moheen laughing. Blue Sky is really funny because as soon as you take away their targets of hatred, normal people, radical leftists just eat each other. And that's really what Blue Sky is, right? It's like an insane asylum. And no normal person is frequenting Blue Sky. So eventually they get bored and they just start eating each other over there.
Because there's nothing to do. So you're going to go for the next controversial figure, which is Anna. Yeah.
Valens would return to, what do they call it, the Nazi bar, which is known as Twitter, which is very funny because all of the people, and probably including Anna, consider Elon Musk to be a massive transphobe, and then of course they're over here with a blue check mark directly financially supporting Elon.
Nobody's listening to their fucking cries because it goes nowhere.
Musk, but many such cases. It's just expected at this point from people who virtue signal about this stuff. But you can see they're definitely coping and seething on Twitter, posting a bunch of screenshots from both Twitter and Blue Sky where people are turning on them, like this individual saying, if you support Anna Valens, you support a right-wing grifter who has an...
Oh my god! The person that tried to cancel Kyushu is a right-wing grifter to these people now. Oh my god, it literally doesn't mean anything. Chat, you can call anybody a fucking right-wing grifter. It literally means nothing. It means you might as well shut up and never type.
Unhealthy and dangerous obsession with literal neo-Nazis and literal child abusers. She is a danger to everyone. She is a grifter. She's the same as any other far-right trans turf crying about evil queers. You know what? Congratulations. Here's your target audience. This is the exact kind of person that Anna Valens was.
They moved the line and Anna was fast enough to get to the other side? Yes. Translation, please. You didn't say something that we approve of, so now we're going to label you as the worst thing imaginable because we're stupid. And we don't know what else to call you. That's literally it.
Capitulating to, trying to impress on places like Blue Sky, and they still have a presence over here.
Worst thing imaginable for them. Yeah, well, for us, I mean, like, for me, for example, like, content creators in general, someone calls you a Nazi, it's like, okay, this doesn't mean anything. I'm not, but alright.
It's funny to see these people calling Anna Valens a right-wing grifter. See, that's what happens when words have no meaning anymore, when you throw terms like Nazi around.
Exactly. Everything
that's close to it has no meaning whatsoever. Here's another one where they said, nah, man, this is just wild, with this screenshot of a VTuber on Blue Sky saying the Anna Valens stuff is literally unsurprising at all. Like, at all. This isn't even the first time she's deactivated and went to the Nazi site to complain about people here proving her wrong. She glazes people like Kirsha.
They don't even know what they're talking about. This is insane. It's like they forgot what happened because they have goldfish memory.
And is defending a effing lolly who's probably lying for clout. Come on. It is so funny to see the misinformation, because this whole thing was fueled by hysteria and misinformation, where people like Anna Valens were trying through misinformation to ruin the life of people like Kirsha. And now, ironically enough, those same people who were the target audience of those cancel culture campaigns are now turning on Anna Valens and saying that Anna Valens is a bigot and all of these things and also a fan of
Nothing is ever good enough for them. You could be their ally. You could be a trans person and fighting against the Nazis or whatever the fuck you want to fucking make up, right? They'll turn on you on a fucking dime. I don't even know what Anna did. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what Anna did.
Kirsha, who they tried so hard to cancel. And also this whole thing about Lolly. I'm assuming they're referring to the Mimi situation, but Anna Valens commenting on anything about Lolly is very ironic, given the fact that they...
they tried to shame Baldur for having lollies, yeah.
Maliciously
I remember that.
accused the VTuber agency Via Lore of not only being transphobic for hiring women for the female roles, they're talking biological women, for the female role.
Maybe it is like playing telephone. Someone in chat said it's like drunk telephone. I'm like, what if they remember somehow that she talked about lollies, but then it's like they only want to negatively talk about Anna, so they have to attribute it to something negative. They literally won't even fact check themselves before they type.
Of their agency, but also labeled them as predators and pedo baiting because they had a lolly VTuber in their ranks. That was something that Anna Valens wrote on Vice, and it's still up to this day. But there's more here. Anna Valens saying, Blue Sky thinks Kirsha is my comfort VTuber. Going back to that creep...
It just shows that all this shit just means absolutely nothing. You're such a clown for actually trying to cater to these people.
Individual, that's their name. I'm not making any sort of an insult here, but they say, her comfort VTuber is a Nazi. That means she's hanging out in the Nazi bar. That means she's a Nazi. Just do what we do with other Nazis. Starve her for attention. And this person says, who? How many Nazi grifter VTubers do I need to watch out for nowadays?
You're right. There's way too many because it doesn't mean anything anymore. How many do I have to watch out for? Like, there's way too many, bro. Everybody's a fucking Nazi. Anybody that disagrees with you is a Nazi.
Well, I mean, it'd be endless if you're referring to individuals like this and who they consider to fall under that label, because it's literally anyone who thinks differently than them. Yes. But anyways, they say down here, the comfort VTuber in question is Kirsha. I'm talking about Anna Valens, who is defending a lolly VTuber who, yada, yada, yada.
Huh?
And you can see the other user says, I thought you meant someone new. Yeah, I'm familiar with both, although wasn't Anna anti-Kirsha for a while back in the day? What happened to all that? These chronically online idiots, as they post from Blue Sky, switch sides like I switch up my wigs.
Okay.
I swear. Okay. And the other person says she wrote a fluff piece for Kirsha a while back.
Oh my god, are they confusing Pippa for Kirsha because they're so stupid and can't keep track of their own drama?
It's pretty crazy to see misinformation
that's impressive.
Leading to a bunch of buzzwords being thrown at you left and right. If only that we've seen this play out before in the past when Anna Valens was doing the exact same thing to Kirsha, who obviously had something to say about all of this, saying, that's crazy, while showing some more Blue Sky posts. Apparently, this main account on Blue Sky from Anna Valens is deactivated. And this one says, a big reason why Blue Sky is so awful with harassment is that bad faith actors will purposefully misinform their audience by omitting key information or presenting facts dishonestly. This person claims I am dissing on VTubers who don't stream. The user left out my follow-up post saying I support them. Jeez, it's almost like context and nuance actually matters before you make a determination about a person. The call is coming from inside the house, Anna Valens. This is what you do to others, and now it's happening to you from the same group of mentally deranged people you've been trying to appeal to for years. And here's another example, quoting the one...
And that's what I don't understand. Why does Anna just, like, bounce between Blue Sky and fucking Twitter constantly? I remember covering it, and I actually, like, bounced between screenshots of them saying one thing and then deactivating, then going to the next account, and whenever they get roasted over there. Like, I don't know, man. Just commit to one thing and, I don't know, just, like, stick to it. Instead of doing this, like, oh, no, everybody's bullying me. Nobody likes me. Like, it doesn't really win you any favors.
Post that we saw
Desperate
earlier
to be
saying,
validated, yeah.
here's a user confusing Pippa and Kirsha, a repeat issue at this point. I cannot stress
I
enough
was right.
that you're likely seeing a lot of negative things said about me that aren't even grounded in reality, because the hate mob around me doesn't have their facts straight, nor do they care to. Yes, this has happened before.
Now you know how it feels,
with your
brother.
exact articles on Kirsha. It's just
It
so
took a year, Chet. It took a year. Karma always finds a way, man.
ironic to see it come around and hit them the same way they were hoping it would hit Kirsha. And now Anna Valens is being
And
eaten.
the worst part is that Anna really fucking cares about what these people think. Like, Kirsha ultimately, for example, even though the people were trying to cancel her and ruin her sponsors and ruin her livelihood, right? At the end of the day, Kirsha doesn't give a fuck what these freaks think on Blue Sky. Anna wants this fucking weird validation.
Aligned by their own, called a Nazi, and even a
Just stop giving a
Kirsha supporter.
fuck.
And also to clarify too, whether you like Pippa or Kirsha, on Blue Sky they're going to call you a Nazi for that anyway. So I don't really understand why the distinction even matters. But you can see replies to the thread from Kirsha. This person saying, gee whiz, being accused of being a Nazi, being misquoted, being dragged by a mob. Guess Karma has a sense of humor. That it
sure
does. And then this person says the Will Stancil of VTubing. And once I heard that, I could not
Who's Will
unhear
Stancil?
it. It is so accurate. Like, couple phrases come to mind. You know, I can see them sitting there on Twitter with all these people on Blue Sky turning on them saying, you know, somebody's gotta do something, or it do be like that, Mr. Stancil. I mean, there's so much that can go here, but
it do be like
the Will
that.
Stancil of VTubing. That's a good
it do
one.
be like that.
But here's another reply saying it's genuinely heartwarming that there's not a single person on either side that likes him. And Kirsha says he's done the Herculean task of getting deranged Blue Sky leftists and Twitter sphere chuds to agree on something. Bro. And then Anna Valens, in their continued crash out, says, politically, I wonder if Blue Sky was one of the worst decisions the online left made. Siloing themselves off.
You don't say, really? I'm glad you came to this conclusion 3 years after everyone else did. I'm glad.
From the rest of the net and building a site growing more and more prone to toxicity and misinformation and conspiratorial thinking and harassing minors. If you use Twitter, you're at the Nazi bar, but the site programmed with AI and filled with college kids who can clearly use Kiwi Farms is fine, okay. And then this user really just sums up the type of people that Anna's been catering to. The Nazi bar analogy just seems like a misremembered anecdote anyways. Twitter is a service owned by Nazis that treat Nazis favorably, which is still bad, but nobody maps onto a lot of other things in our society where the core dynamic is concerned. I mean, what is this person even saying? Are they saying that this is a service owned by Nazis? What are you doing here? What are all you doing?
Because Elon Musk is a Nazi because he did the hand thing. Yeah, of course.
Here, because at the end of the day, you guys all think this place is ran by Nazis one way or another, and you're just here still using it because, I mean, what else are you going to do at this point, right? But yeah, I wonder if Blue Sky was a bad idea. Oh, really? I think everyone knew Blue Sky was a bad idea the second it was created because, well, it did section people off. It served as an insane asylum. No sane person has a presence over at Blue Sky. It's not worth your time or your sanity. But the only thing I will say is I hope Blue Sky continues. Because Blue Sky, ironically enough, has really served itself as a way to hold all these people. It really is an insane asylum. It's a place where all the craziest people go and at least quarantines them off for a little bit. Because the second Blue Sky falls, guess where they're going? They're going back to Twitter. Now, of course, that makes it easier to farm them for content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least they're contained on one spot. But
I don't think so. I think everybody should be interacting with one another. You can't just have a space where it's all like-minded people, in my opinion. I just don't think so. Tumblr 2.0? Yeah, Tumblr was really bad about that. Echo chambers are bad.
then again, a lot of these people, Anna included, are duo posting on Blue Sky and Twitter all the time.
And bouncing between them when one side disagrees with them, or or another. Yeah.
Anyways, because they need that dopamine rush from being on
validation.
multiple platforms at the same time. But we've come a long way, right? We've come a long way from back in 2025 where Anna was trying to cancel Kirsche for being a Nazi and trying to get their sponsors pulled, and a lot of it was fueled by misinformation and cutting out context. And now, well,
I have some serious schadenfreude. I really do. It's so great. It's so ironic how they use the term Nazi as a blanket term to dehumanize people with ideological differences, since that's literally what the actual Nazis used the term Jew to do. It's very ironic because these people don't have any education, so they don't know what it's like. Like, I was taught in school what a fucking Nazi is and shit like that. Like, I know what history is. I know what a communist is, at least on a very surface level. These people don't actually understand it, and they just repeat a rhetoric because it feels good. It makes them feel validated.
That same stuff is happening right back to them thanks to deranged users on Blue Sky they were catering to for so long. And on top of that,
they don't understand.
They're now
they don't
saying
even
that
know it.
Anna Valens
They don't even know what it is. Like, if you quiz them on like very basic things about World War II and like what happened, they literally wouldn't be able to answer you because they don't know. Well, there is a failed education system in the West, and not just in America. I think history just doesn't get taught in the same way that it used to be.
A fan of Kirsche. That's really the cherry on top of this entire situation. But yeah, it's the consequences of your own actions. When you engage in life ruination and cancel culture, eventually it comes back around to get you as well. But this time was just very, very funny to watch.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's going to do for this video. If you enjoyed, please like this video and also consider subscribing and turning on your notifications to be in the know of daily uploads over here, and also the multiple streams I'm doing here on YouTube currently. Would love to see you at one of those streams. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Shout out to Kirsche and Rev. Absolutely insane news. Massive day for the unemployed. That was great. That was a good video. I had no idea about this. Again, I don't visit Twitter that often, so like I catch like drama glimpses here and there. But this is some fucking fat karma. This is insane karma. TLDR just joined. Quote unquote Vice journalist. I wouldn't call him a journalist. They tried to cancel Kirsche a year ago, and then now it's happening to them. They're getting canceled by the own mob that basically backed them a year ago because they dared to say that V-tweeters are cringe and that V-tweeters are a derogatory term used for people that don't fucking stream. And again, I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, like, VTubing now compared to like 4 or 5 years ago, it's like they use it more like a persona, if that makes sense. They just like buy this art, they don't stream, they act like they're part of the VTubing like sphere and that they do something that contributes to it, but they don't. They don't do anything. It's like a little fucking blanket that they put over them that makes them feel like they're entitled to have a fucking opinion. Like, yeah, everybody's entitled to it, but I'm not gonna fucking listen to you because you don't actually consume the content. You don't interact with other people. You don't talk about other VTubers other than to fucking slander them or cancel them. You're just a nasty little fucking rat. I kind of did this 4 or 5 years ago. I know, but I'm saying that it's even more mainstream. Were you the one I heard say VTubers are basically furries? I mean, kind of. Like, you have your own avatar that you customize, and you're basically like the thing that you are known for. Yeah. It's also really convenient to harass people anonymously. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could do that on Twitter regardless, but I think saying that you're a VTuber has this like, oh, my opinion matters more than the other person's, like, like, oh, look at me, I have a VTuber avatar, I paid like $500 for it, that means my opinion matters more than yours. No, it doesn't, you dumb fuck. No, it doesn't. Stupid bitch. You know what the fuck you're talking about. Bum 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 bum. All right. 20 minutes until ads. VTuber avatars cost more than furry suits. That's not true. There are some furry suits that can cost up to $10,000 if they do everything customizable and it's really high quality. It's not true. Like, yeah, you can get a VTuber model for like $200, but you know, you can also get a VTuber a furry suit for $200. It's just probably not going to be like of the highest quality. There's some avatars that can cost up to 10K, so they're not more than fursuits. They are like fursuits. Like, you're kind of just like agreeing with me at this point. A $200 fursuit will be used? Yeah, I don't know. It might just not be quality and it will be used. Yucky. Alright. Okay, we got ads in now. Alright. Hopefully I don't get ads during this. This is 15 minutes. Furry suit without AC is hell. How would you know? Probably a fursuit with jetpacks and shit worth 10,000. It's got jetpacks so you can fly. Oh no, a flying furry.
Oh yeah.